Bree's diamond ring slipped off her finger and sank to the bottom of the swimming pool. The two sisters immediately dove in to retrieve it, but instead of finding the ring, Jana's hair got caught in the pool's filter. Bree rushed over to help, unaware that something far worse was about to happen. The pool manager, McGrady, assumed everyone had gone home. He pressed the button to close the pool and left for the day. Suddenly, the massive fiberglass cover began sliding shut. Bree spotted it just in time and yanked Jana's hair free. They swam to the surface, but they were too late. The pool cover sealed them underwater. They screamed for help, but the building was silent and empty. They tried pushing the cover with all their strength, but it didn't move. Even worse, the pool would be closed for an entire week. Panic set in as they searched desperately for any possible escape. They noticed a tiny hole in the cover, but it was far too small. Barely big enough for a finger. Bree grabbed a plastic board and tried widening the hole, but it didn't help. The hopelessness pushed Jana over the edge, and she started blaming Bree. If it weren't for the stupid ring, they wouldn't be trapped. Bree refused to fight and dove underwater again. This time, she retrieved the ring, and discovered something else: a drainage grate under her feet was loose. If they could pull it free, maybe they could break the cover. Bree pulled with all her strength, but it wouldn't budge. She begged Jana to help, but Jana dismissed the idea. At that moment, Bree's fiancé David called her phone. Bree felt hopeful, certain he would come save them. But as afternoon turned to evening, the phone rang over and over. David never came. Then the pool lights shut off, plunging them into darkness. Bree clutched her head, pale and weak. She was diabetic and needed insulin urgently, but her bag was outside the pool. Seeing Bree's condition, Jana finally calmed down and silently picked up the plastic board again, trying to widen the hole. 4 hours passed. Suddenly, the lights flicked back on. Clara, the night shift cleaner, had arrived. The sisters screamed and pounded on the cover, but instead of helping, Clara ignored them and rummaged through Bree's wallet. Finding only a little cash and one bank card, she looked disappointed. She switched off the pool's security cameras and strolled over to the trapped sisters. Clara revealed she had just gotten out of jail for theft, owed money, and had a daughter to support. She intended to extort them. She demanded Bree's bank card PIN. The sisters realized they were being blackmailed. Jana snapped and cursed at her. Enraged, Clara shut off the pool's heating system. The water grew icy cold. Desperate, Bree eventually gave Clara the PIN. Clara left to verify it, promising to free them afterward. The sisters shivered in the freezing water, waiting. When Clara returned, she still didn't open the cover. She was furious. They only had $80 in the account. Jana tried to explain that Bree had diabetes and needed insulin, but Clara didn't believe her. As Bree grew weaker, Jana became consumed with hatred and tricked Clara into coming closer to the hole. When Clara leaned in, Jana managed to injure her. But it only made things worse. Enraged, Clara activated the pool's cleaning system. Chlorine blasted into the water with violent force. The sisters became dizzy and disoriented. Bree, already weakened, slipped underwater. Jana dragged her back toward the tiny hole so she could breathe. Realizing the sisters might die, Clara panicked and shut off the system. She returned and demanded Bree's diamond ring. Bree hesitated but eventually handed it over. Clara decided she could sell it, then headed to the control room to open the cover. But when she entered the code, an error appeared. McGrady had changed the password. Clara panicked. If she couldn't free them, they would die. But she also couldn't call for help without exposing her crimes. Terrified of going back to jail, she abandoned them and ran. Hope gone, Jana cursed in frustration, then turned to see Bree unconscious. Without insulin, Bree would die soon. Their only chance was the metal grate underwater. Jana was terrified. Her hair had nearly drowned her earlier, but she forced herself to dive. Her first attempt failed. Her second attempt failed. Finally, she used her swimsuit strap as a makeshift handle. With one last pull, the grate came loose. Surfacing quickly, Jana smashed it against the pool cover. A crack formed. She struck again and again until the cover finally shattered open. Jana dragged Bree onto dry land and injected her with insulin. Bree slowly regained consciousness. Relief washed over Jana until she looked up. Clara had returned, now holding a gun. Afraid the sisters would report her, Clara approached, ready to kill them. Jana clung to Bree, crying and begging. Desperate, she shouted Clara's greatest weakness. "If you kill us, what will happen to your daughter?" The words hit Clara hard. She slowly lowered her gun, returned Bree's ring, and backed away. Jana immediately called 911 but allowed Clara to flee. Finally, the sisters were safe. The lesson? Never wear jewelry while swimming, and always wear a swim cap.